Okay, so my radish and pea microgreen seeds have been soaking overnight. You can see I did a pretty bad job choosing the vessel for the peas, but that's okay. We're going to plant those first, actually. So I take my overflowing cup. I'm going to strain, oops, I lost another one, the liquid off. There's a few stuck in the bottom there. Try to agitate those. Okay. Good. And now over here, I have some of that coconut coir that I've spread out into a seed starting tray. And I smash the soil down so it's nice and flat. And the idea there is that when the greens grow, they'll all kind of grow to the same height because none of them will be planted at different depths. So now I'm going to have to go off camera for a second because I have to spread the seeds onto the growing medium. Okay, so as you can see, I spread the peas really densely. You're supposed to do that for microgreens. And now for the peas, I'm going to cover them with a little bit more media. Spread it as thinly and evenly as possible. The idea is to make sure that the light doesn't get to the peas. I have to get a little bit more here. But you don't want to thickly cover the peas as if you were planting them outdoors for regular harvest. Okay, now I'm going to take my tray, kind of flatten it again, and then I'm going to take the glass that I used and kind of tamp down the media to get a nice flat, solid surface. That looks really good. Okay. Now I got my spray bottle of water. I'm going to just moisten up that media. And that's it for the peas. Okay, I've prepped some more media and I've filtered the water off of these radish seeds. And now we just have to spread them into the container. Okay, the radish seeds are all spread out, ready to go. As you can see, I used almost all of the radish seeds as opposed to the peas, which I had about 2 times as many as I needed. So I'll have to keep that in mind for next time. This container is maybe 3 inches by 10 inches. All right, just a quick microgreens update. Here are the radish microgreens. You can see there are some sprouts already. And here are the peas. You can see a little bit of green. That's just because they're not covered completely, but there are no sprouts in there quite yet. The basil, no sprouts, but that's no surprise. I think I made a little bit of a mistake here. I soaked both the radishes and the peas overnight. I probably didn't need to soak the radish seeds at all. And I probably should have soaked the peas for maybe 24 hours, but oh well, this is just an experiment. All right, it's been 3 days since I started the microgreens. Here are the radishes. You can see there's tons of shoots. I mean, this is a mass germination under that layer of soil. I think I made that layer too thick. I might kind of brush some of that off. We'll see how it goes. You can see some of the red radish color in there. So that's exciting. And then over here are the peas. And these have definitely started to germinate too. It's not as much as the radishes, but it's clearly getting going. So hopefully by tomorrow there'll be a lot more. All right, again, this has been 3 days. And that's it. Okay, the microgreens have been going for 4 days now. Here are the radishes. They are getting really big. I mean, some of these are probably an inch tall. Yeah, it's really dense. And then over here, we got more peas sprouting. You can see there. It's a little washed out with my grow lights on, but there's shoots coming up. I'm not thrilled with the growing medium on top, as I mentioned. So Stephanie and I started a new set of radishes yesterday where we're just blacking them out with a container and not putting growing medium on top of the seeds. And today we're going to start some peas and do the same thing. So yeah, we'll see how those turn out compared to these other ones. Okay, it's been 5 days since I started the first sets of microgreens. These are the radishes. They're doing really well. The tops of them have pretty much shed all of the growing medium. And they look nice and green and healthy, and they're pretty much all growing at the same rate. Looks really good. We tasted some last night. They taste like arugula. It's really fun. The peas are slower, but they're coming along. You know, lots of germination in there, and I'm sure there's a lot we're missing under the soil. But looking good. The newer microgreens that we started, these are the radishes. You can see tons of germination. Those I started, 2 days ago. Did not soak the seeds. And these are the peas that soaked overnight 2 days ago, but then just planted yesterday. So these have only been going 1 day. And you can see there are some that are sprouting. So more to come on those. All right. Again, that was day 5 for the first set. It's been 6 days since we started the first microgreens. Here are the radishes. A little dark, hard to get a good shot, but really dense, really healthy. Just, I'm really happy with how those are looking. And in a couple of days, I think we'll harvest them. The newer radishes are really sprouting and starting to pop up. Kind of a tangled mess. I don't know which method's better. We'll see how these grow. The peas are really popping up too. Here, let's get this dirt out of the way. Yeah, didn't do a very good job. Yeah, there's a good number of them. Not as dense, of course, as the radishes, but this is coming along. Slower, but it's coming. Then the newer peas, lots of shoots. Not everything's germinated yet, so I'm going to leave this cover on. That's it for day 6. We are now at the 1 week mark for the microgreens. Push these back, get some better light on them. Whoops. Those are the radish greens. They look great. Maybe 3-inch maximum. We'll probably eat those tomorrow. Here's the newer set of radish microgreens. What's this, 5 days old? Not looking so good. Here are the pea shoots. Still coming up, but they look pretty good. There's plenty of them there. And then these are the newer pea shoots, which are now uncovered. Still maybe too early to tell what's going to happen with those, but it's been, like 5 days, and there's just not much growth. All right, this is day 8 for the microgreens. Here are the new radishes. These have been in there for basically a week. Not looking very good. Here's the first set. That's been going for 8 days. They look fantastic. We're going to eat some tonight. I'll take a little video of that. The peas are coming along nicely now. Pretty steady. Clearly not full germination, but what is there looks good. And the second set of peas, not so good. Not growing very straight. All right, after 8 days, we're going to harvest some of these radish microgreens. We'll give them a quick rinse. Then we'll dry them off. Pile high on a sandwich. And serve.